Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Wonderful.
You are coming in blind, as usual.
Completely blind.
Yeah. Yesterday was October 13th, which is Metastatic Breast Cancer Day, October, right? It was a Sunday, so I was online quite a bit, checking in on things. I felt like it was pretty loud, like lots of chatter and talk and stuff, and I think that's okay, but it also just made me kind of like think about there's like so many people living with metastatic breast cancer, and it feels like the clamor is see us, see us, see us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I completely understand why, because it feels like most of the year, like very forgotten or don't want, like people don't want to talk about metastatic disease so much. So today, while we were walking, I was thinking about like what I would want to say to the women, to the people who live with metastatic disease. And so I was thinking that this is sort of a love letter to those living with metastatic breast cancer. But then the way it got written out, I think it's more of a wish list. Okay. So, yeah. So let's just go through these. Number 1, may you have days when you don't think of cancer. That for me, I thought that day would never come. I thought I would never have days where cancer was not the very first thing. Mm-hmm. Because of my longevity, I think I've gotten there. But I know, like for so many women, especially in the early days, it's all consuming.
For sure.
You know, so may you have days when you don't think of cancer. That's number 1. Number 2, may you make memories without wondering if there will be more.
Yeah, that one's tough.
I still think of that, right? Like, there's nothing more as a human than you want than to be a part of the people's lives that you love, right? Mm-hmm. And it just feels even more, I don't want to say stressful, but the stakes feel higher when you don't know, how long you'll be here. And I think the goal with that is just to be able to stay in the moment to the best that you can. And I can remember early holidays and things like that. And just like sometimes looking around at our family and going, you guys have no idea what I'm thinking right now. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, that's exclusive to that group.
Yeah.
Or maybe not that group, but anyone who's been put on a list and told, hey, the chances are better than not that you're going to die. Yeah. That list of diseases and things that happen. I don't think anyone who hasn't been put on a list like that, who hasn't gone through it, there's no way you can understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. So number 2 is may you make memories without wondering if there will be more. Number 3, may you get angry without feeling like you should be grateful that you are alive. Mm. I feel like a lot of people tell us how we get to feel. Like we should just be happy that we're here. And believe me, like we are. Like I am. But it doesn't mean that sometimes you're not really mad or really upset or really sad. And
no one says those words. No one says you should be. Their actions are what say those words. So for those of you.
It's the unsaid things. Or it's the comebacks that are well-intentioned but, cut so deep.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. It's all of those things. And
it's because, when we talked about this, I don't know, years ago, mm-hmm. I can remember thinking, you're full of shit. No one says that to you. No one says you should be happy you're alive. No one says that. But it's all of the things that allude to that of things like, don't worry about it. And why are they saying that? It's because of exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
You're seriously fussing over this when you're alive.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want? It's that. And they don't say those words, but it is 100% that.
Yep. So number 3 is, may you get angry without feeling you should be grateful that you are alive.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, may you make decisions without feeling like they are bad or hurtful. I think this, for me, is like the whole, just kind of the guilt sometimes that comes along with, cancer. Are you doing everything right? I mean, it starts with like, what did you do wrong? How did you get cancer, right?
What was the cause? Yeah.
Yeah, all of those things, it's always like something I could have done differently that would have made the difference. And then sometimes that carries over to decisions, like I don't want to feel like my decisions are bad. If, any more than you would kind of say, yeah, some things are destructive, of course, or whatever, right? But
yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just above and beyond feeling, you of course you want to like do your best and that kind of stuff, but the guilt that comes along with that, I think, is extreme sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's another thing that you understand that I don't.
Yeah.
Because I cannot walk in your shoes because I can't even put those shoes on.
Yeah.
Even have been through it, all of it with you. There's a dividing line.
Yeah. And that's why, I think that's kind of why I wanted to do this. I feel like I have been. I think I do know some of those things. Mm-hmm. So 4 is, may you make decisions without feeling like they are bad or wrong. Number 5 is, may your veins last forever.
Huh.
I thought maybe a little like trying to make this a little lighter, but also, every time, I don't get stuck very often anymore, but every time I'm like, come on, baby, keep working. I've been in a position where I've had ports and that kind of stuff, and I don't have them anymore, and golly, those veins are important.
Huge. Yeah.
So,
just what a way to start a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's challenging too with some things like you can't eat or you can't drink or you can't do these kind of things. So you kind of are going in there not at your best anyway. Mm-hmm. And it's like, please work for me. So number 5 is, may your veins last forever. Number 6, may you enjoy sex without feeling ashamed of your body.
Yeah.
I think there's so many changes that happens to our bodies, right? And it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel the same. But, yeah, I think to be able to turn off that track in your head of what it used to be, or, I don't know, what it should be. Should's a terrible word anyway. But just being able to maybe enjoy our body, in the kind of the most truest sense, like, and to be able to be intimate, is really a huge thing.
It is.
And
that's one of those, again, this one I think people can relate to who have either been in bad accidents and had body parts removed, an arm removed or something, and everybody's, oh yeah, they had your arm removed. But in this case with breast cancer, it's only the breasts. Yeah. In a lot of cases, but
and even people that get to keep their breasts, it changes. There's so many of the changes with the hormones and everything else are just, there is more to it, and there is no, double mastectomy, reconstruction. These aren't the same, and we've said that many times, right? So, number 6 is, may you enjoy sex without feeling ashamed of your body. Number 7, May you find people and activities that help you fill the losses. And I guess my thought with that is, especially when I talk to women that were so young when they're diagnosed, and I was so young when I was diagnosed, like, we hadn't put all the pieces together yet. And it immediately went away, right? We were very fortunate and able to, like, be able to adopt Ty and things like that. But there's this picture in your head that you start creating when you're a child of what your life is going to look like. And metastatic breast cancer comes along and just grabs pieces of that out, you know? And so filling those, it doesn't necessarily take away the loss, but I think it's an important part of being able to continue.
Yeah. And I do think this one is probably more specific to women who do think more about the future and families and this kind of thing. I honestly do. Not solely, but I'm saying the majority. I don't think I did that. All I did is I think I wanted kids, but it just stopped right there. I literally like, okay, on to the next thing. But yeah, it doesn't matter. And I don't know, maybe there are people that they fulfilled exactly what they wanted as far as kids and that those ages and the house and the this and that. But we've obviously, because of the cancer, been kind of free flow in a lot of things and just going with the flow of it, and it's turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
In our case.
I mean, we've been really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7 is, may you find people and activities that help fill the losses. Number 8, may you never